Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to go through the Forex market wrap. We're going to highlight some of the currency pairs that we discussed this week and some of the news that came out. So investors really were watching this Wednesday update to see if the FOMC meeting minutes gave us any clues to see if the Federal Reserve were talking about hiking rates further. And what we did see in those minutes was just that many of the Fed members voted for 25 basis points hikes over the 50 basis points hikes. However, that could start to change now. I think the Fed are going to come under a lot of pressure due to the recent strong data that we're seeing. We had strong NFP, strong CPI numbers. We've had strong flash services PMI coming in at 50.5 above 46.8. We've also had good core PCE price index month on month with a move to 0.6% over 0.4%. The only thing that we did see was GDP quarter on quarter coming lower at 2.7%. So really interesting data throughout the US. I think that we are going to start to see some pressure on inflation now, and the Fed are going to have to act accordingly. In other news this week, we did see the RBNZ hike interest rates from 4.25% to 4.75%. The RBNZ looking to hike interest rates further as they see that employment is not actually coming down at the moment. We can say that employment remains at a high level, and the inflation is remaining high in New Zealand as well. So RBNZ looking to hike interest rates there, and we expect some more hikes to come, maybe around the 5 to 5.5% mark. So really interesting data this week. Looking at some of the charts that we looked at in the week ahead analysis video. One of those was Euro US dollar. Now, Friday kind of put a little bit of a question into whether the dollar strength would continue or whether we would get a little bit of a pullback. Now, we kind of talked about both scenarios where if we were to see a little bit of a pullback, we expected Wednesday to be the driver for price to continue to the downside. However, we really just started to kick off the week with that dollar weakness, and price just continued to extend lower. And we'll be looking to see if targets of these daily lows around about the 1.05 level would be triggered. So still expecting euro dollar to trade to the downside here. Expecting the price to come a lot lower for euro US dollar, to be honest, in the near future. Aussie US dollar, so I have to admit defeat on Aussie US dollar. I was talking about a couple of supporting levels this week. I talked about the 0 spot 68.75 handle and the 0 spot 67.90 handle. I was looking for certain patterns around these points and we didn't get those. Price continued to move lower, so I am going to accept defeat on this one. I got this one wrong, and I'm expecting price to now come down towards the 0 spot 66.50 handle. A lot of our actual YouTube subscribers pointed out this really nice head and shoulders pattern in here, where you have the left shoulder, the head and the right shoulder. So maybe we'll see price come up and respect the neckline resistance for a move down towards the 0 spot 66.50 handle. So thank you for everybody who commented on the Aussie US dollar video, pointing out that nice head and shoulders pattern. I was focused more on this double top, and I was looking to see if we'd get a double bottom to see if the weekly trend would continue, because price was still trading above the 200 daily moving average, but today really does confirm that price could be trading lower. Dollar yen, we expected higher prices on dollar yen. We were looking at if price would trade above the 134.50, and we've been pretty much sideways the entire week until today, where we've broken out to the upside, and it looks like we're heading towards the 200 moving average, where we may find a little bit of resistance before continuing to 139. I think dollar yen's heading all the way back up to the 150s, so this would be a really good market to start looking to kind of edge your way into. You know, if price pulls back, look for kind of entries on the way to the upside. Gold then, so I'm expecting gold to head towards $1,800. I think if we trade through $1,800, we could easily see gold to $1,625, especially with these new pressures on the Federal Reserve. And if we are going to see those rates coming in more aggressively, or the Fed hiking rates for longer, I think that's only going to be bad news for gold. And we saw this week that despite sort of Friday's candle suggesting that buyers could come back in and we could trade trade lower there. We saw the opposite, very similar to euro dollar, where price just continued to trade lower this week. We may see some profit taken around $1,800. Maybe we'll see a pullback at that point, but below $1,800 I think opens the door up to sort of $1,700 and then opens the door to $1,625. So interesting markets this week. Dollar strength looks firmly back at the moment, so we'll see if that can continue. Hopefully you enjoyed all the video content this week and learned a lot and got something out of it. Thanks for watching. Leave this video a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you do want to see some more Forex trading content. Thank you.